before going to the qualifier in 2005 to make it to the World Cup, we did not even have the tickets in hand 2 days prior to flying out. I was paid $400 to play the World Cup. So I mean, what do players? What the hell do the players get?
Welcome back to US Cricket Talk, or welcome if it's your first time here. It's your boy CG the Genius, and I'm back again with my host Big Nate Cricket. Today we have another special guest, but you know what? Let me hand it over to Dene so he can do the introductions. Take it away, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing? How you doing?
Doing wonderful, man. Just glad to be here doing another episode again. Keeping consistent.
Yes, that's the goal. We gotta stay consistent. But today we got a very special guest. We go way back. My brother from another mother. We've been playing cricket since we were kids. From under 19 representing USA, he went on to represent the men's national team. We have today on the podcast Abhimanyu Rajp.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me.
What's up? What's up, Abhi?
Looking good
Welcome,
today.
welcome.
Still looking young, man. I see there's a little bit of gray in that beard. I'm coloring mine, by the way. I keep mine colored, you know.
I'm not gonna do the coloring. I'm gonna keep it. I call it salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper, yeah.
Oh man, how you doing, brother?
Good, brother. Good. How are you guys doing?
So far, so good. Just taking it easy. Appreciate you joining us on the podcast.
No, thank you for having me, man. I know that we spoke about it a couple of times of trying to get this all scheduled, and
Yes, sir.
thankfully it's time now, and happy you guys had me.
Awesome.
Definitely, and I'm glad to have you as well. And just so I don't butcher your name, Dune knows how to pronounce it properly. Let me take a go at it. Abhimanyu Rajp.
Yeah, close enough.
Wrong.
No, close enough, man. With a name like that, you would be surprised how many variations of it I have heard, you know? So that's close enough.
Hey,
It's
just call
for
him Abhi.
reference. Yeah,
Abhi.
call me Abhi for reference, but it's Abhimanyu Rajp.
All right.
There
All
you
right,
go.
close. Very much close.
All right.
Yeah,
all
well,
right.
Abby. We go by
Yeah,
Abby.
man.
There you go.
Yes.
So, Abby, just to kick it off, I know Dune knows a lot about you already. So, like, for the viewers and someone like me who is the first time I'm meeting you, like, who is Abby? Like, can you give us a brief overview of like how you got in cricket, where it started, where you're from? Just something quick so the viewers can know this. They're watching.
Yeah, it's a long story. I'm gonna try to keep it very short, right? So
Yes,
I came to Los Angeles in 2000, about 13, 14 years old. Came from Punjab. I played the district cricket in Punjab already. I'd always been playing serious level cricket in clubs and academies from a very young age. As in India, a lot of people play cricket. Everybody plays cricket. I'm just one of those guys as well who started playing cricket. Then came over here, and lo and behold, 10 minutes away from my house, there's a cricket field, not just one, four of them. So from there on, the love of the game just kept on going, and one step at a time, but kept on finding the right people, right friends, right family to be around in cricket. And took every step slowly and got all the way through the national team, and now getting into the administration and ownership of franchises, etc. So it's a long story. That's the short of it. Just another cricketer like everybody else, and been lucky enough to have had the journey that I've had.
That's good. So
awesome.
I heard a lot of things, but I want to pinpoint. You said you were at the national team. How was your time playing with USA?
Yeah, well, amazing. Amazing time. I was there for about 2.5 3 year period. Did about 5 or 6 tours with the team, and enjoyed my time, man. Playing for the national teams is exactly what you want to do, and if you get the honor to be able to do that, what else is there left in cricketer's life? Right? We're one of those cricketers born in the '80s. At that time, we're not thinking about those franchises, right? Only thinking about the national colors. So for us, that was the peak. That was the highest level, and during my time, I was able to attain that. here in the United States, and it was amazing. The friendships that I've made, the players that I still talk to, and all the players that I've met along the way. It's always special when you meet somebody that you played at a national level. The bond is just a bit different because you understand, they and you both understand the amount of sacrifices and trials and errors it takes to get there.
Awesome, awesome. Quick question. I didn't want to go too far, but how was your time representing the USA at the under 19 level? Let's not forget. Let's not forget where it
What you
started.
mean? You're talking
Let's
about the
not forget where it
pioneers
started.
now. You're talking about the pioneers now, right?
Yes, sir. Let's not
And
forget about
that's
the 2006. So, how was your time playing? And you can start from a little bit before.
yeah, and that's the right way to put it, Vinay, to be honest, right? The 2006 team didn't really start in 2006 or 2005. It started way back in 2003, 2002,
Yes.
and all that,
Yes.
right? So, and along the way, people jump in and things happen. But that was probably the best team that I have ever been a part of in terms of just camaraderie,
Yes.
both from the qualifiers all the way to
all the way
to
through.
the World Cups, and there were a few players here and there that we missed out on and all that, but the boys that we with, we had a special bond. Man. How many years before that had we already been playing together? So
Regionals, national championships in
right,
LA.
and the academy tours, right? So at
Yes,
that
sir.
time, there were no academies except for one, which was associated as the official under 17, under 19 USA Cricket under 19 teams with Ashok Patel.
Yep.
United States Cricket Academy, right? USCA. At that time, that was the only program associated and doing anything like that national level, and yet then into that to go anywhere. And we went places, right?
Yes. Yes.
I went to Trinidad 4 times, Barbados once, and all that before the age of 18, right? So those were the experiences that really shaped that team when we got to the 2006, because all of us had been playing together on and off, and then USA Nationals, and then which started in 2004. I remember that being just like yesterday, all of us playing and working. So, good times, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's
Teams-
one.
Those were really, really talented bunch of cricketers. I mean, when I tell people that Tim Roy Allen was on the reserves and on the 19,
They won't believe
they won't believe me.
Yeah. And let's not forget about Francis as well.
Yeah,
they
Francis
both
too,
didn't make
right?
it.
Yeah. Yeah, so many players that we have been a part of that have gone on to do better, bigger things and other things all that stuff. It's just great that we still talk.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, the one to let the fans know and the people watching, how far back we go when it comes to the USA cricket, especially the under 19 team. We don't want to forget those boys because they probably we don't get the exposure that we should have got. And I always talk about it to CG and let him know, what we did back then, what we came up against, especially when we sweeped the regional tournament in Canada. And then we found out we were in the group stage called the Baptism of Fire because it was West Indies, South Africa, Australia, and USA.
Yeah.
So lots of memories going down there.
Good memories, right? Like crazy, crazy experiences that you wouldn't believe 6 months ago what you're facing now.
Yeah, a lot of good stories there. I wish I had some to tell, but I don't have any, unfortunately.
No worries.
You said you're living in Los Angeles now, and I was doing a little research, and we found that you're like the head of like Los Angeles cricket.
Yeah, it's a non-profit. It's a non-profit run by me. I had that. We started it back in 2019 along with my franchise. And it's just one of the avenues that we're building out in Los Angeles because there isn't any youth focus promotion in terms of large leagues that we have. So, all the leagues are recreational leagues.
Recreation.
And there's no turf whatsoever. In Los Angeles, where the weather is quite good, right? We should be having more turf, and so Los Angeles Cricket has been working with the city for a very long time in terms of trying to facilitate and get those permits secured. We just recently got our second permit at a facility where we're putting in turf. Currently, I was just there today, so Los Angeles Cricket is a non-profit that is trying to give back in trying to building turf facilities all across Los Angeles and putting up a youth infrastructure on top of that. So that's where we have to teach the kids. When I
Yes,
go to
sir.
the city and talk to them about anything, I tell them that hey, you can't teach basketball and tennis court, right? So if I need to teach a career to how to play cricket, turf is what I need. I don't need astroturf. I don't need matting. I need turf.
You want the real deal.
So you need real cricketers. They need the real deal, not
Yes,
me.
sir.
So from this infrastructure that you're setting up, because some might not know, you actually have a minor league cricket team as well. Is that right?
Co-owner.
Yes, so I'm a co-owner of the LA Lashings.
Okay, so the infrastructure that you have, do you transition like players from there into that minor league team? Like, tell us more about the Lashings.
Yeah, so Lashing started just as every other team in minor league, right? I was approached by MLC at the time to try to put my name down in the draft for the players as being one of the recent players who have played for the country. Because it was you can do it 19 back then, right? So I just stopped playing a few years before that. Um, from international level, and MLC did recent retirees from the game, like a recent guy.
The
So,
retiree.
yeah, I mean, what would you call that, man? Retired at 33, right? You're a forced retiree because it doesn't pay.
Exactly.
Right? So you're retired in the game,
Yeah,
right? So,
definitely.
but every tournament or anyone trying to do anything big comes around and they try to get them the current and the recent players that have done anything in the game, right? So MLC came up to us, all the players recent for USA, etc. Started talking about the tournament. I was more interested in the minor league setup, so I approached back to them in terms of trying to own a team. And from there on, with one of my co-owners, people were saying, and we pitched up a deck and sent our tender over to the league. We had a website ready prior to prior to getting the team, so we were just trying to show them the interest that we had. We believed in what they were saying. We believed in the terms that they were presenting in front of us. I'm not going to go into too much in detail about the entire process, but they came to us in terms of asking to set up a professional structure where we need to assimilate the sport of cricket with the other sports that are in the United States. So take it from baseball or football or basketball, trying to set up the minor league structure, which each one of them have, and then setting up a pro league on top of that, which is the MLC. And then talking to them in terms of, what it will all entail and how it all go about in terms of operating it. It seemed like a good idea. I still think it's a great idea. I think you've done a tremendous amount of job in terms of promoting the players. That's what minor league is literally doing.
Got
It's
you.
promoting the players, and um, that opportunity came to us, like I said, in 2019, and then we wanted to get on board.
All right. So, how has the transition been from on the 19 player to senior national player, and then now co-owner of a minor league team?
I mean, it's a lucky transition, right? Not can't really you don't really get those opportunities. There are very few players I think would have those opportunities that I've had. Not to say that those opportunities are commercially giving us anything in return, right? But to be able to sit on the table, make those types of decisions that we are making today for the game and for the betterment of the game for not just the youth, but put in infrastructure, which is the biggest ordeal that we're dealing with. Everyone is doing the same thing. That's the main thing that you've had to focus on, right? So transition when you're playing at the best of facilities when you're playing at the level that we played. I never played in a matting facility. I never played in AstroTurf. I was 10 minutes away from Woodley. I played on turf. I represented national or regional or domestic teams when we went to play those tournaments. We played on turf. When we went to play any big qualifiers, we went and played on turf. Then we went to play international cricket and we played on turf. So, I haven't had any type of transition from that perspective. But to play from under 19 level to senior level, that's when your eyes really open up in terms of what true pace is, what true wickets are, what true shots are, and the the um, you the beauty of the game really is at the international standard because that's where your skills get shine because you're providing that environment, that ground, that pitch, and the skills. I mean, you can't try to hit a 60-mile-an-hour ball out of the park, but it's easier to hit a 95-mile-an-hour ball out of the park with a good stroke. It's
Yeah,
it's
timing.
it's the truth, but obviously it takes skill to play at a 95 than a 60, right? So that's what the beauty of the game is.
I know that there's a new stadium that is being built in Southern California, and the Olympic is coming there. Are you excited for that?
Of course, of course.
I should have said, how excited are you? Not if you're excited.
Well, shouldn't we all be
Yes,
very,
definitely.
very excited? I mean,
Definitely.
what I am hearing is that a cricket franchise is putting in a stadium in Los Angeles. All of those things together are monumentally crazy in my mind. A cricket franchise owning a stadium in Los Angeles for cricket.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how to put this, but that is crazy talk, right? In my opinion. But obviously, you have to be crazy to achieve something, and that's what these guys have been doing for the last 15, 20 years. I was just at the opening ceremony. I was hearing Eric Garcetti talk about when was this seed planted to have Olympics in LA, and that was back in '84, right? When these guys were talking about that, and when it was pitched to the Olympic Committee. I mean, the amount of time that it has taken for not only Olympics to come here, but then for cricket to get approved in the game, and then now from there to what we were hearing was there's going to be a temporary setup, just like New York, but bam comes in a cricket franchise and tells us that okay, 15,000 permanent seating, that's going to be there forever. That's crazy. So
Yes.
I think all of us should be very, very excited. Uh, it goes to show that if you're putting in real efforts, there are people around there who will listen to everything that's happening around the world and will join forces if things can work out the way that we all hope. And that's what it's all about. It's literally about getting people in a room together and figuring it out. And that's what the transition that you're talking about from playing days to administration of the game. That's literally what it takes. You have to find the right people. Do they have enough interest? And can you simplify the problem enough for them to understand that it's not a problem, but something that we can work with? And these guys have been doing that for a very long time. Right? We're hearing about the stadium today, but how long has it been for it to be in that process?
All in the background. So, how far is this stadium? I know you mentioned earlier that the ground you found when you first moved it was 10 minutes away. How far is this stadium going to be from you?
So from me, it's 55 miles, which
Oh.
in terms of LA traffic is about an hour and a half, I would say.
Oh, that's not
So good day, an hour. A regular day, hour and a half. Rush hour, 3 hours. So,
yeah. Is it far from Woodley Park? Is it far from the Woodley Park?
it will be same around 45, 50 miles
Okay,
from the
okay.
park as well. Yeah, so it's at the edge of LA County, right? So to get that name that it's in LA County, it's like all the way to the edge of LA County. But it is at a place which is historical.
Awesome.
Fairplex Pomona is a historical fairgrounds that has been there for hundreds of years now, 100 years at least, if I'm correct on that figure. But they host the LA County Fair, which sees around 750K people come and visit
Wow.
the park in around a month's time. We're going to be presenting cricket there this LA County Fair with helping out the LA KRNA 28, putting up a booth over there for promotional events, etc.
I'm seeing where it's gonna be the home of the Los Angeles Knight Riders. So, has any of your players transitioned to one of those major league teams as yet?
Yeah, we had two players. So
Congratulations.
one is Ayan Desai, the youngster, And Ayan, we're particularly proud of because he's a Los Angeles local, right? He learned this cricket all right here. His dad taught him through and through, and then there are other coaches that helped him out locally. And this guy that went on to under 19, that went on to the senior team. Prior to the senior team, he came and gave us an opportunity to give him a go at Lashings and performed amazingly well. Next year, he was in the USA team and an MLC team. Another one that we were fortunate enough to have in our squad was Ruben Clinton. He came from New Zealand and holds a U.S. passport, so we were able to get him in the team pretty easily.
Awesome.
But as soon as he came, the year, I think 2023, he played for Lashings, and 24, he was in the Mumbai Indians squad
Okay.
for 2024.
Am I
two
New
of
York?
those guys, yeah, he was there.
Awesome.
So two of those guys have had the opportunities to jump the ship from Lashings over to MLC in USA.
That's some good stuff. That's good. That's
Yeah.
how we want it to be. That's good.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Yeah. We're happy about that, man. That's what we want. We want to show some transition. We want to show that, regardless of the franchise standings, because we, to be honest, we haven't fared well in the standings as a franchise locally. There are very few domestic players that are up to the par in that level, and most of the teams are towards central, etc., where the turf pitches are available, right? So we get excited about any player that can come in to our team and perform, because regardless of the franchise rank, if a player is good enough, you will end up as the highest wicket taker, highest run scorer,
Yeah.
etc., because you get that opportunity.
Okay, speaking about highest wicket taker and highest run scorer, me and CG was having a debate on the last episode with one of our guests, Matali. What is your thoughts on MILC being played after MLC?
You know, that's
Yeah.
the same question I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, because as soon as he said runs and wickets, my light bulb went off. Let me ask, Abby, a question on that. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, that's a calendar question, right? So the problem with that, we used to have MLC prior to MILC prior to MLC for the first few years, if I remember correctly. And then we had to switch out because of some delays in contract negotiations that USA's cricket and ACE were going back and forth on. And because of that delay, other delays happened, and then, snowball effect into having the season move out from prior to this MLC to post MLC. So, no, particularly, I don't really enjoy that. I'm not really a fan of that. To be honest, I think everyone would agree that it should be a pathway that we could show in. A lot of the youth players play from September till March. Obviously they play in the summer, but September till March is especially in areas like Southern California and the central. We get a lot of cricket during that time, and then going into minor league and then going into major league is something that we would like to see as in terms of ladder pathway. But it comes with the territory, man. We also have issues with field availabilities. A lot of the teams do not have their own fields, right? So, like the Lashings, we rent fields from the city. So the city has a lot of programs going on during those times, and it's hard to get. Whenever we're playing MLC, you're taking a long time, so it's hard to get a lot of time during early peak hours in summer or in spring, because a lot of activities are happening. Or you're competing with every sport, unless we build your own field for your own private. Those things can be negotiated as well. But look, I'm with you guys. I think in hindsight, or just as process, it should be prior to MLC to give us that boost to see, the highest wicket taker make it because it's the highest wicket taker, or a wild card entry, something like that at the end if it's time constrained, so that there is some something that we can take from there. But yeah, I agree.
You have been in the minor league infrastructure for a long time. Is there anything else that you think they might be able to improve on how it's run?
Yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty that we all have. Speaking now, I'm going to put my owner's hat on, right? Speaking as an owner in a league where I'm heavily invested in, where a lot of my own personal funding has gone, my co-owner's personal funding has gone, etc. There are a lot of things that we can do when it comes to in terms of just small things like scheduling way in advance, so we know what's going to happen when. That that small little sentence there saves us tens of thousands of dollars.
Got you.
Booking tickets 2 weeks in advance or 2 months in advance for anything, whether it's
Yeah, yeah.
hotels,
Mm,
or whether it's taxis, whether it's flights, whether it's getting
yeah.
the players here, whatever. Those small little things saves us tens of thousands of dollars. Right? So, and then obviously we can go into the larger debate of sponsorships and trying to accumulate more wealth for all of us together that can go back into the infrastructure building, or trying to come up with a fund for infrastructure development with all the teams pulled in together, etc. And look, we've got a group, we've got a governance council that goes head to head with MLC and ACE to turn some of these thoughts into actions. And we're also from a minor league cricket perspective. We have our own association of the owners. We have a minor league owners association
Awesome.
where we sit together. We talk about what we need, what we all need to do, and how much we can push, who we can push in terms of the things that we need to all get done. But as an owner, I can tell you it's a very slow process. It's an increasingly slow process, something that I'm not really particularly happy about. But it is something that we all have to deal with. And I can tell you that I'm not the only one in that boat. A lot of owners, a lot of stakeholders and well-wishers feel the same way. But I can tell you that from a minor league owners' perspective, the collection of owners is working on so much more than anyone currently understands, and not just by themselves in their own silos, but collectively as well.
Awesome.
And I'm sure in the next coming few weeks we're gonna hear a lot about it.
Awesome.
Before we move on from the minor league on your team, how do you guys normally go about your selection for the minor league team? Do you guys like keep trials, or from your domestic leagues, like you see like the best performance and have them in like a weekend thing? Or
Yeah, so
weekend trials with the
Lashings,
best?
right? So Lashings has always had the trials there. So we get the youth selections together, and we call them up for a trial weekend, and then we do assessments and a couple of games to see how they react to class and all. But more than that, we track everyone. But more than just that, right? So in Los Angeles, the good thing is there are two grounds, which are turf grounds. You can sit in the middle and you can watch the best players around play. So it's very easy for us to know who's good enough and who's not, right?
Awesome.
What we struggle with is try to get those pro players into the fold in Los Angeles, because we don't have those facilities that are dedicated to, let's say, a franchise has enough amount of time where they can put up an academy or put up a coaching system where when you hire pro cricketers, they come around, they help coach the kids, they play for the team, they spread their knowledge and earn their economy earn the money in the ecosystem of
Yeah.
cricket, right? So that's something that's lacking. That's something that we're trying to change with not just Lashings, but also with the help of Los Angeles Cricket's nonprofit arm. And that's something that we do very very proactively here. I was just on the ground this weekend. Two new guys have come in, from India. They're going to be playing in. They're going to be playing in some of the top tier clubs in Southern California. They're going to UCLA. One of them is going to USC. We're tracking them. We know when they come here. We know exactly who they are. We go watch them. We're like, okay, this guy is good. We need to have him on the team. That's how easy it is in Los Angeles,
Yes.
because the domestic levels is, well, I was going to say sucks, but it does. Our domestic level in terms of domestic firepower, we don't really have any currently. Um, we lack that pro enthusiasm from a player perspective, and that's because of a lot of facilities are lacking, especially, and not the right people have the opportunities to express themselves. So selection is, from that perspective, pretty straightforward for us. We have to have the good internationals and good wild cards what we can afford, because that costs, right?
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. If 2 months, if I know 3 months in advance what's going to happen, I have
Plan.
bigger purse to have better players But if you're gonna tell me a week before that I have to play 5 games in a row the next 5 days, it's a problem.
Got you.
Yeah, so I know you have been tracking the recent World Cup that just finished with the men, and I know they did us proud. How
Yeah.
did they do to you?
Amazingly well, man. The guys are putting in the hard yards. I think of and this has been the case in national team. During the time that I played, 2005, when I went to qualify for U19, to my last probably 2013, 2014, sometime. In those 10 years, the associations that have governed United States cricket were banned about 3 times.
Yep.
Right?
Say that again.
Right? Before going to the qualifier in 2005 to make it to the World Cup, we did not even have the tickets in hand 2 days prior to flying out. I was paid $400 to play the World Cup. So I mean, what do players? What the hell do the players get? They are not getting anything except for the fact that they can, the skills that they have acquired, the energy and all the effort that they have spent on this game can come to fruition at the highest level and do the country play. That's what a cricketer plays for, man. To be honest, and everybody does the same little thing. Yes, nowadays obviously these players have better opportunity with MLC contracts and minor leagues and all that. But in all honesty, how much are they making? Right? How much money are they making? Barely 6 figures. Somewhere maybe. So it's, if you think about it, that's a regular office desk job these days with a decent degree, and that's what we're paying them. So when people talk about players not putting in hard yards and all that, I'm just like, they're they're so far ahead of you. You have no idea, right? So we got everything to give it out to the players, the support staff, and all of that. Because these guys do it because they have the passion for the game, love the game, and a lot of them have made a lot of sacrifices. Think of the players who have moved out from their home countries to play cricket in the United States. And Dune, that's the funniest thing about that I hear, right? This H1B team, or people talk about all
Oh,
of
they
these
say that
guys
all the
and
time. They say that all the time.
And,
India B.
and,
India
right,
beat
and-
India beat team.
right, and all of that. And I'm just like, dude, everyone who has worked in this country has been brought from another land.
Yeah.
Simple, right? Just because computer engineers are okay to be brought in now and cricketers are not, does not mean that they have a better right to play or have a citizenship at the end of the day. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I have spent my entire life learning a subject, and I'm still learning it. It's called cricket, right? Same thing that a computer engineer has done, which these days they're going crazy trying to learn AI, right?
Yes.
Right?
They
So
gotta keep up.
I'm a subject matter expert in my field, and that's where I'd like, especially our South Asian diaspora, to understand that this is a degree, and the people who play international are the PhDs of that degree.
Oh,
That's a good analogy.
I like that. Man, yeah, we're proud of the boys, man. We follow the boys,
Yeah,
BCG,
exactly.
and
boy.
we always support them. I'm still a little bit sad that we didn't close the deal on India, but that's for another day.
And both times, I'm out there being like just USA. These guys are dropping catches.
Oh yeah, exactly. So
No, man, the guys did well, man. It's part and parcel of the game, but to give shivers to country like India.
bro, come on, bro.
Come on, Do you know how many people almost became millionaires just because they bet on USA?
bro. Not only that though, to have the best team in the world, because India is the best team in the world. To have them in that sort of trouble, I'm telling you, I told this to CG, if we would have beat India for the next 150 years, it don't matter whatever happened.
I had this
Insane.
conversation with one of the parents of a young kid just last year, and he asked me, he's like, "Do you think one day, USA? How long do you think?" He said, "How long do you think it will take for a USA team to beat India?" I said, "Let them play each other first, and I'll tell you how long it's going to take." Now I've seen them play. I'd say any time USA cricket can beat an Indian cricket team, anytime, it just has to be their day, right?
Yes.
And especially in the T20 format.
T20
where
format. There
come
it
on,
is.
the problem that a lot of people don't realize is T20 format is a one ball game and literally takes one ball to rile up the entire squad and go on top of the other team.
Yep.
And that's something that happens in international a lot.
Yes. Yes. Awesome.
So I guess everyone is saying we're making it to the next World Cup. We're qualified, right?
Yeah, well, hope so. You
That's
know,
the goal.
like I said, it's a one ball game. You know, it goes both ways.
Because all the other nations improving. You see Italy coming in.
Nepal's banging on the door.
those teams,
Afghanistan is here.
You know, you got Italy, who's probably never qualified for the World Cup in football, right?
No, Italy
No, they
is a
football.
powerhouse in
Yeah,
football.
they're
But
football.
for the last couple World Cups, they didn't make it.
They didn't.
They didn't make it, right? So last couple of World Cups, they didn't make it. And here comes the Italian cricket team. And
Yeah.
guess what? They stood out there
Yes,
and
they
they
did.
performed and they gave shivers to somebody who didn't think about it, right?
Yeah.
So that goes to show you, man, like it is cricket is becoming a global sport with all
Yes.
these players going into franchises and not opting to play country. Imagine the amount of cricketers that are going to leave country for country. And that's happening.
That's happening. Yep, that's happening.
Yeah, everyone is getting access to proper training, proper coaching, so the levels rising everywhere. Those full member nations have to watch out.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
definitely. And hopefully we
Well,
get
it's
our acts.
springtime.
Yeah, hopefully we get our acts together so that way we could, you know what I mean, get better moving on for these future tournaments we have coming up. Because we want to go out there and make a name for ourselves. Even before the Olympics, we want to show the world that, yo, we're here to stay. So, like you said, with the MILC, the MLC, and hopefully all the cricket that's coming, we could, you know, capitalize on that and make some more noise.
That's a good thing, right? Over the past, like ever since MILC has launched, so 2021 when we had the first full season, right? So ever since 2021, the betterment every year in terms of the talent that is coming into the squad and the reserves behind it keeps on deepening and deepening. I mean, you could always argue whether one player or another player can be switched around. Yeah, sure. But we didn't used to have those opportunities back then. So we had what we had, and the reserves were just as good. But now with the quality going up, the reserves are even better. The kids coming on are even better. And the youngsters, for the first time, have an opportunity to see themselves because they play with the same guys that they're seeing
Rub shoulders
play
with
for the
them.
national team. You know, we had the same opportunity when we were growing up. Yeah, sure, there was no social media around, but I was playing with the likes of a lot of Test cricketers before my 16th birthday. I'm not going to go ahead and name names. I'm just saying, as a young cricketer, to be playing with players who are playing international level, you aspire and understand what it takes, you know, and that's what happens when you differentiate the levels. Because I remember facing my first ball as a national cricketer in 2012 when I made my debut. You know, it was from Boyd Rankin, who went on to play for England after Ireland, right?
Mhm.
And one of my first balls was played through his arms, coming in at 95 miles an hour, and now you know what speed looks like. Because obviously you've trained for it, but when you see somebody wheeling in, running in at 7'2",
Yeah,
it's a bit different.
tall.
How long until you think it's like cricket's like a baseball in USA?
To answer your question, never. But I'll go a bit in depth, right? So cricket versus baseball has always been the comparison. I myself have been in a couple of different segments, one for ESPN, where I did the comparison between baseball and cricket. You have a couple of major league baseballers come out, and Olympic Tazraz and myself went out to Arizona and had a facility where school going on cricket for a little bit, but but that's not the point that we're trying to make when in my opinion, anytime we're trying to say that cricket is a sport. Yes, it's a bat and ball sport for sure, but it is so much different than trying to just get attention of somebody who plays baseball to then play cricket or compared. Cricket by itself needs to be explained completely different. It's a T20 format version that we're working on, right? That is going to gain any traction. We're not going to get traction in West Cricket. I do not think that in the next few decades will be a test nation. I think it's going to take longer than that because there isn't enough time for an American to sit around and watch a sport for that long.
Yeah,
And that's something that comes with tradition. It comes with culture. It
Traditional,
comes
yeah.
with the history of the game, right? Which I'm not too glad about sharing, right? Why we played 6 days cricket was a different reason. Now we call it test cricket because countries play it. But back in the day, it used to be for the elites and for the rest of us to be throwing pitches at them. So I'm not going to go too much with detail about that,
Yeah.
right? But when we're talking about cricket, we have to really come out and speak to it as a completely new sport, which on every single pitch and every single delivery, if you learn the sport, there's action-packed drama on it. And that's how we have to get to it. Now, in terms of how much traction do we get in versus other sports, I don't know, to be honest. I think that really depends on the first star that we all collectively get to call a cricket star that is homegrown from the United States. So tomorrow, if an African American or a Mexican American or a Caucasian American completely start taking over the game in terms of just having some representation, let's say we are 5% of the numbers of the game are 5% of the total population of the United States. We need to make 5% of the cricketers that are playing in the United States from outside that population. When we have that, that is a lot of individuals that get into this game, right? And that's when we're going to have any kind of traction. And in my opinion, if we can land in the top 5 sports in the United States, that is an achievement that will go down in the history as the biggest market that cricket has.
Yeah. To piggyback on what you said, I feel like me and CG we spoke about this on and off, and T20 is the way. I think that is the format that has to be pushed, and not just minor league, not just MLC, not just the Olympics is coming. We have to really try to get it locally, get it shown on TV here in the States. Not you gotta get an app to go watch it. We're just gonna get the local people to really engage with it to go along what you're trying to say. The baseball analogy is gonna always be there because the history between the two sports. But I feel if we can get more eyes on T20, it's gonna happen. I think it'll happen in the next 2 decades. I think it'll happen. No test cricket, never. No test cricket.
No. But I'm saying it's going to happen way quicker for the rest because if you think about it this way, see, I now again putting on
Owner
my
hat.
owner hat, right? As an owner hat, I want to see minor league cricket develop into the rest of the things that are coming on pretty recently that you guys will hear about. But just to compare any sport, not baseball, basketball, etc., right? Any sport. Little League is on television.
Yes.
Little League is on television. Little League cricket needs to be on television, right? So currently we've got minor league on YouTube. We've got it on Zillow, right?
Willow.
Willow.
That boy got that.
I got the
buying houses.
No, so we've got it on YouTube and we've got it on Willow. But what we need is on obviously minor league to be on those channels as well. And how do we get around that? Right? For that, all the local community have to bind hands together behind the minor league teams to really show the potential, show the pathways to everybody who wants to play the game. Currently, we only see parents being interested, right? And there are pockets where we have a lot of large following, but currently we see a lot of it is from the parents who are trying to put the game down with their kids.
Gotcha.
But there is not enough advertising, there is not enough marketing, and that's something that's really good.
Well
So
said. Well
in
said.
in a couple of episodes, another one of our guests, we were asking, because I'm from Jamaica, and whenever we're doing like physical education, different sports are taught to the kids. Do you think it will ever get into the curriculum of the U.S. schools? Because that could be a platform where they
That's
teach the
a
sport.
beautiful question, man. That's a beautiful question, and here's what I think. Here's my opinion on this. Before before I took it um, before I found cricket here in the United States, there were a few months that I started going on high school. And I signed up for the high school golf team. Right? And that's one of the analogies that I use now to explain to them. High schools don't have golf courses, but they have that. You know? In the same way, if we are thinking about trying to put cricket into schools, I'm sure we can find that to be done one way or another. But every school, no matter which school you put cricket in, would need a facility to go to play. That's where the parks come in, brother. This is where I try to make sure that we emphasize upon the public access of public recreational and park facilities, right? Now, in India, in Jamaica, or anywhere else, you have school tournaments and all of that, and every school has a cricket ground, right? You have those tournaments, you have a cricket ground right in the backyard, right? That's not going to happen here. You cannot ask schools in the United States to put in that type of infrastructure to get a cricket ground. Because a cricket ground is twice the size of two football fields or two soccer fields, right? And a school barely has one. And they try to do with that, right? So what I believe needs to happen is that before we go into school system and all of that, every county needs to have enough turf facilities available where you can now then go to schools and say, hey, you'll teach your kids, and this is where they will play. Right now, when you go and teach kids, where are you going to play? So if I'm teaching you in schools, where am I going to take you? Which school are you going to play? Where are you going to play that school? Right? What
Correct.
competition are we talking about? There is no facility. So this is the point that I keep on hammering. Yes, school is important, but parks are number one in any list. Now, Los Angeles Migrants have put in a stadium there, right? Guess what? The Pomona area where the stadium is, now you can go to the 4 or 5 schools that are around in that area and be like, hey, we're gonna put in a schools tournament for us to play at Pomona one day, right? Now you can set up a program around that area so that that facility can be used. But currently, we don't have those many facilities, first of all, right? That many facilities, first of all. And secondly, if we are going into and just talking about schools, I love the idea, and a lot of old schools talk about putting in the school. And I'm not against the idea. I just think that the step one is give the schools an avenue that you can say that, okay, get a team together. I have a facility that you can use.
Yeah. Just a quick topic on that. I've thought about that too as well in the past, and I went to high school here as well. And my answer to that would be, if you have it in elementary school or primary school, they always have a track, an oval track. Every school has an oval track. You would introduce it to the school as a tennis ball game, and you would have them play between each other on the middle of the field, on of the track, tennis ball. And if you identify, a few players who you feel like can go on, you'll get them to the local academy or the local coach and make them move on. But I think the tennis ball.
But where does the local cat? But where does the local coach of the local academy play? They
That's
don't
what I'm
have a
saying.
facility, so
It has to be like that.
there's a gap there, right? So I have heard this many times. Go to the academy, and go where? Right? Where do you go? Are there kids playing? Is there any youth league around in the area where you are? There's no youth league. There's zero youth leagues, right? When I
Well,
get
here
in the
we,
city and I talk to them, no, I'm talking about like like proper youth league. Like you know how you have a
Yeah, like a
recreational league.
baseball league. Got you. Yeah, yeah.
No, not baseball league. Like cricket. Like we have what you have Orlando Cricket Association, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how so my son plays baseball, so there's a
Yeah.
million leagues around here that I could just
Right.
set him up. But
Exactly.
we don't have it similar in cricket to say
Exactly.
there's a million
So
leagues. Yeah.
exactly. So but guess what? All of those guys in all of those sports are playing on their specific fields
Got
for
you.
the sport, right?
Got you.
Where are you? Where are our cricketers pro? They're playing in sandlots. They're playing in parking lots. They're playing in
Baseball fields.
baseball diamonds. So it's not the right comparison. You can teach them, but if you don't show them what the next step is, I don't want to keep on playing cricket in the parking lot and watching IPL or
On turf.
international games happening in turf. Like, where is that field next to me? Where do I get to touch that? Right?
Gotcha.
If you're telling me that I won't be able to play on an actual pitch till my under 19 days, where people will start taking me seriously as a cricketer,
Yeah, we're behind.
you're done. You're done.
Yeah, got you. No worries. Big gaps there. All right, I got some rapid fire questions for you before we wrap this up.
All right.
Let's get straight to it. Favorite cricket shot: cover drive or slug sweep? I know the answer, but go ahead.
Man, the one that comes from the middle, it doesn't matter. My favorite shots. I love the thing of the middle of the bat.
Oh,
And-
really?
and you-
I got
and
that
you know
wrong.
when I hit it, it goes in. It's
I thought you was gonna say slug sweep, so my bad.
Oh man, I mean, nowadays I'm just a pinch hitter, so I try to get the middle. I have 5 to 10 balls that I'm targeting. Obviously, I'm batting in the lower order, so
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
get maximum 10 balls. I'm every time I tell my team, I was like, guys, I'm gonna get about 5 balls, right? So I'm trying to get 2 sixes at least, 1 boundary, and shame you guys on the strike rates that you have.
I like that. All right, question. If your team could sign one retired legend for a single match, who are you picking?
One retired legend for a single
One
match. Lashings.
Who are you picking?
One retired legend. That is a crazy question.
One.
One retired legend. That would
Give him at
play
least 2, a bowler and a batter.
Two.
Viv Richards.
Woo!
One retired legend, right?
Okay.
That's the Lashings way of playing, bro. We might not. We're still working towards it.
There you go.
But that's what we aspire to be.
Wow. All right. So you say to give you a bowler.
A bowler. Jeff Thompson. Let's go. Come on. Doesn't matter.
He
Doesn't
going for
matter.
the kill. He going for the Viv, and then he going for
Listen.
Thompson.
Come on,
What you
man.
expect? You told him, man, one match is one out.
You said one retired
Yes,
legend.
yeah,
Okay,
man.
Sachin's got nothing to do with T20. He
I
can
wouldn't
stay
wanna
home,
be the
watch my
opposition.
game. He
Yep.
could be-
I wouldn't want to be the opposition that day. You got Viv, and then you got Thompson running in. Nah, not happening. All right. What's more stressful, a tight run chase or negotiating player contracts?
Oh, man, negotiating player contracts. I could do a tight run chase any day.
Oh man, that's funny. One U.S. city you think deserves a MILC team?
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's a tough one, right? That's a tough one.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
cities.
Yeah. You know what? There's a lot of push in Arizona.
Arizona.
So I'd say Phoenix,
Mhm.
and I think of it from a perspective of where you can sustain something like that. It is
Yeah.
hot. It is hot as hell in
Year-round.
Phoenix, year round. But if you get the facilities there, night matches in minor league in Arizona would probably be beautiful. So I'd say Phoenix would probably be, if I have to be on the West Coast, it'd probably be Phoenix. There's a lot of diaspora that's recently moved out to Phoenix and Arizona area also, so I think that would be good. And it would cover this belt going downwards on the West Coast before you get to the central.
All right. If you weren't running the cricket team in MILC, what sport would you be running?
Any sport, man. I'm an athlete. I don't really.
gotta pick one.
I don't really have.
If it wasn't
Oh,
cricket,
one.
what would you be in?
I think if it wasn't cricket, I would probably play golf, man. Because then there would be the complete opposite. It
Good
would be complete
choice.
opposite,
Yeah.
Because I know with cricket I have to deal with a lot of individuals, right? The golf I'll be like, you in the mirror and that's about it.
Yep. All right, that's a good one. Good one. T20 strategy preference: chase or defend?
Hey man, as an owner, as a captain, as a player, I'll tell you, look at the wicket first. Okay.
See, all around. That's why it's
But,
good to have someone that went all the way through. That's a very
I
good
can
answer.
tell you everything, man. Don't have those simple. I don't know. The answers might be coming from if I'm playing in Wankhede. Yeah, they may be different. Even then, I want to see the pitch first because you don't know what you're gonna get the day of.
Got you. Over to you, CG. Good job, Abby. I like those answers. Good answers.
Well, Abby, it was a pleasure having you on US Cricket Talk. Good speaking with you. We did learn a lot. We like the different perspective because you let it be real. A lot of us are hopeful, like trying to get this done, trying to get that done, but you're looking at the sustainability and playing the level that gonna actually let us compete. Not just playing on the AstroTurf, but playing on the actual turf that we'll learn the real cricket, the variations. Because as you said, it's a huge step up. The ball's not coming on as it would on an AstroTurf. It's good to know about what you go through with being an owner for the teams and the last minute schedules and all those stuff. That would be a pain because I was in the military. I'm all about discipline. So those last minute disorganized things
Don't work too well with that.
Yeah, no, but
Gets me
see, so that
frustrated.
that is a real thing, right? So regardless, I'll be very honest with you guys, right? Regardless of putting on any hat, being an owner, I still feel like a beggar. I have to go and beg for them. I have to go and beg for facilities for the team. So when I'm saying I have to beg, I'm begging people who are involved in running the game for decades, and they're not letting us run the ground. So there are so many small and big issues that we deal with that for us putting this smiling face and coming on and being happy all about spending the money that we're spending, I think in all honesty, a lot of the cricket diaspora doesn't understand what's going on, and that's where what we would like for um, the community to understand that hey, if your city, let's say if your city has a minor league team and your minor league team isn't playing a good schedule in your home city where you have a turf facility available, you need to question everyone running cricket in your city. Why is this happening? Why is the one minor league team not getting time? Why is the minor league team not getting the right players? Or any questions that you have? Because the minor league can only be as effective as the stronger community that's around it, right? So if the community around it does not want a team to flourish, that team will not flourish, right? So we really have to build that community aspect around everything, and the amount of things that we deal with, whether it is player issues, minor league ace issues, or USA cricket and ace issues. The fact of the matter is that we face the brunt of it at the end of it, and all this uncertainty, even we have no idea in terms of sometimes what's going on with schedules, and that's something that's the low hanging fruit that we're trying to get away from. We're trying to get away from all this issues that organizations are dealing with each other, especially at the lower levels where then we get the brunt of it in terms of not having access to facilities or scheduling,
Gotcha.
calendarizing. So,
Well, I hope a lot of the aspiring cricket players who want to join minor league teams know what or get an idea of what the owners have to deal with, so we can be more sympathetic. Because I know a lot of players be like, oh, they're not doing proper trials, they're not picking us, all kind of stuff. But
yeah.
it's a process,
Yeah.
and hopefully it can get better. Hopefully you're wrong on cricket being as like popular as baseball. Hopefully that's something that you will be wrong on, but I'm more on your end. Like there's a lot of work that needs to be done to get it there, and it might be maybe 50 years because those sports didn't start out strong as well.
Yeah.
It takes
that's
time.
so true.
Even soccer takes time. So hopefully
Yeah,
we're
but
on that path.
we're trying to minimize the soccer trajectory by 10x because there was less ways of connecting with each other back then, less ways of educating each other back then. Now we have a lot of ways that we can improve that communication and make people understand. Um, I don't want to take too much of your time, and I'm going to digress from this conversation a little bit, but just to let you know, this recently, like we got a facility, right, and so far everywhere we go, every owner also tells us the same thing that when we go and speak to the cities, what the cities don't like about a cricket turf is that you're changing um, the, the facility by putting in different soil that's needed for a cricket turf. Um, Now, we went back to the city and we said, no, we're not doing that. What we're doing is using the exact same clay that is used for baseball facilities, but we're putting it on the middle. So changing the conversation, educating the city officials in what types of materials are being used, letting them know how we're using them, and then I'm making them understand that this is not something that's going to change the environment around, or you're going to have issue in the middle because it's a different type of soil, etc. And it's very alien to them. Cricket is alien to somebody who has never seen it, right? So that's what we're dealing with. You have to approach it from the perspective that they know zero. When we say cricket, all they hear is crickets.
One time I mentioned cricket too when I was in the military. They thought I was mentioning like the cricket sport where they played on a horse.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you
What's
talking
that
about
called? That's
Similar
polo.
to like
That's
polo.
Polo.
That's polo. And but
But
there's one more with
There's
the
one more called
horse that-
croquet.
That's croquet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what he thought I
That's
was
what I thought it
mentioning.
was. Yeah, they do
Yeah,
that
it
all the
gets,
time.
it gets, yeah. That's why we got to just stick with T20, man. Tell them there's 120
Definitely.
pitches. All right, there's 120 pitches. You
Score
got
as
to
much as you
strike
can.
for as much as you can, and you get one out.
Yep.
Yep, one of
And no gloves.
no gloves.
When I tell these guys that it is legal for a bowler to hit you on the face
Oh,
as
we
many
had that.
times.
We talked about that last episode.
Well,
CG
it's
brought that
legal,
up.
okay? It's legal.
Yep.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it was a very good conversation. But that is it for this episode, and glad to have you with us, Abby. And
thank you,
hopefully,
thank you.
maybe down the line, you might come on for another episode out of your busy schedule, as you wear a lot of hats. But thank you again, and until next time, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And let's try and keep the cricket growing. Stay blessed.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, CJ and Danae, and the work that you guys are doing. Obviously, these are hard yards that you guys are putting in also. And to be honest, I just want to make sure that appreciation from at least from my end keeps on going. Danae, you're my brother, bro. We've been going back a long time. So
Yes, sir.
seeing you still doing it and trucking in and helping us all out is always a pleasure, my man. And I appreciate
Definitely.
everything that you guys do.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Take care, guys.
All right. Bless.